Well, live visuals, viewers, of that ongoing arrest of K Kavitha, who is, of course, the daughter of the BRS Supremo. And what you're seeing are dramatic pictures of an arrest of a top political voice as well as of a member of parliament, viewers, from Telangana. This is a particular issue related allegedly to the liquor gate scandal in Delhi, where, of course, viewers, license were given out, some say arbitrarily license were given out for quid pro quos, backhanders, etc. That is what was said, viewers. Of course, we have still to see how this case is going to play out. But let me tell you, just yesterday, Mr. Sisodia was the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi formerly, who's been arrested now for more than a year and has been in jail, was once again refused bail. So clearly, the charges against some of these individuals are not frivolous, and it is unreasonable to assume that the ED would carry out a raid if it couldn't make some of the charges stick on an individual, especially if that raid then results in an arrest of a high-profile individual as K Kavitha. You saw her brother there, KTR, taking on the ED team, claiming that the ED was acting in a manner that was absolutely arbitrary. But viewers, they had the warrants, they have the powers, and they've executed them. Let's just go straight across to our reporter, Swastika, to get a little bit more on this. Swastika, what can you tell us?
Well, as we speak, Kavitha is making her way out of her residence. She's going to be taken to Delhi. She has been detained in connection with the Delhi liquor scam case, accused of running a South cartel, paying kickbacks to the tune of 100 crores to get ill-gotten licenses. This is the accusation against K Kavitha, and this comes in the backdrop of 6 accused turning into approvers, including the son of former YSRCP MP Raghava Malgunta. In fact, it's being said that it is his statement along with Arun Ramchandra Pillai that the ED finally got a nexus and understood Kavitha's role. Now, all of that remains under the purview of investigation. Kavitha will be taken to Delhi I think at 8:45 is her flight, is when we're given to understand. In fact, the entire family of K Kavitha, including K.T. Ramarao, her brother, they have come here in solidarity. In fact, when Kavitha came out of her residence, she also brought her son along in what she says a show of strength. But from here on, what really is essential to know is also the timing. Remember, today is also Prime Minister Narendra Modi's big road show here in Hyderabad, and even as he ramps up his speech against corruption, time and again attacking the BRS of being involved in various scams, including attacking K Kavitha also on past occasions. Today, K Kavitha's arrest, in fact, is sending out a big political message as far as the state of Telangana is concerned. K Kavitha is the daughter of former Chief Minister K Chandrashekar Rao, BRS President, and this, in fact, is a big jolt to the family. Right now, she's going to be taken to the airport.
Well, obviously, the ED is not cowed by reputations, viewers, and we've seen this. Just stay with me, Swastika. I want to bring in Arunima now. Arunima, of course, you've been covering this story from the very time it broke. You've been also, of course, diligently tracking it in court. What is it really that K Kavitha stands accused of?
So first and foremost, the charge against her being made by the Enforcement Directorate is that she was being represented in the South Group. What was the South Group? This was a cartel of businessmen who allegedly got into a conspiracy with the Aam Aadmi Party functionaries. 100 crore, that was the bribe amount that was mentioned, could be more as per ED and CBI, but at least 100 crore was paid as bribe amount by the South Group to Aam Aadmi Party leaders, Aam Aadmi Party functionaries, and in return, the liquor licenses from Delhi, the rules were bent and liquor licenses were given to these, businessmen. One of the businessmen there was allegedly representing K Kavitha. That's the charge. Who was this businessman? As per the Enforcement Directorate's charge sheet, one person called Arun Pillai, who was part of the South Group, he was actually a face for K Kavitha. So she was the direct beneficiary. Every liquor license that Arun Pillai was being given was actually a liquor license for K Kavitha. So she was a direct beneficiary is the charge. The searches that were carried out today were to figure out if the proceeds of the alleged crime were subsequently laundered, if there were investigations invested into shell companies or they were invested elsewhere. ED was looking at digital devices for papers to complete that chain of evidence against K Kavitha. She's being brought to Delhi. All likelihood that she could be confronted with, senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders who are facing arrest in this case. Sanjay Singh, Manish Sisodia. Also a key person in this entire chain is Amit Arora. Amit Arora told ED, confessed to ED how this conspiracy, how this bribe amount, how it all worked out. So possibility that Amit Arora and K Kavitha could be brought face to face as well. That's perhaps the reason why this is not happening in Hyderabad alone. She's being brought to Delhi.
Well, Arunima, let's just talk through a little bit more on the gravity of the alleged offence. All of these are, of course, ED allegations, viewers, and we must underline that. These are allegations. They have to be proven in a court of law. But Arunima, so far, the people who have been arrested in connection with this scam, alleged scam, let me be very clear, alleged scam, have not really found the entire matter going their way in court also, isn't it?
Yes, and the opposition would say that the way the Prevention of Money Laundering Act has been designed, they call it draconian. They even went to the Supreme Court against it, did not get any relief from the Supreme Court. But politically, they continue to attack the act, that's the reason why bail is not being granted. For Manish Sisodia, the Supreme Court considered everything that his counsels were saying, but at the last moment denied bail. Now with K Kavitha's arrest, Sanjay Singh is another example, has been behind bars continuously. So I think K Kavitha's legal team also realizes that an arrest under PMLA means that there is a long road ahead. Getting bail under PMLA is not easy, and especially since there are such evidence that ED is putting forward. I just gave you the name of Amit Arora, somebody who has allegedly confessed. Now it will take time for K Kavitha's legal team to build a defense, because so far the protocol has been that the court allows the Enforcement Directorate time to confront any suspect with an approver, time to go through the evidence that they have, and that cycle could well proceed this way with K Kavitha as well.
Yes, let me just go back to Swastika. Swastika, what happens next here? Is the K Kavitha team going to now approach the courts, or is it too late for this?
Well, remember, K Kavitha's case was to come up in the Supreme Court on the 19th. Her team has maintained that this is a coercive action that's been taken against her, but it was not cited in the record that K Kavitha would be given legal protection till the 19th. In fact, the court had made it very clear that Kavitha would have to comply with either the ED or CBI pertaining to questions regarding to this case. The CBI, remember, had summoned her as a witness. The ED, in fact, had launched this investigation accusing her of being involved in the South cartel, the detailed description that my colleague Arunima gave. Now, where do things stand from here? Anyway, politically, Kavitha was not going to contest the Lok Sabha elections. And in fact, sources from within the party have also indicated that they were in fact prepared for this. KCR, Kavitha's father, had made it very clear that he is going to fight tooth and nail to ensure justice for his daughter.
Right.
But in a way, the family has sort of left her to fend for herself. And that's why it's going to be a long road ahead as far as K Kavitha is concerned, because of PMLA being involved and her alleged nexus and a possible confrontation with the other accused in this particular case.
Well, let me also tell you, viewers, and I want to bring back Arunima on this. Arunima, these developments will be tracked very closely by another individual, Delhi Chief Minister Mr. Kejriwal. Now, we know that Mr. Kejriwal himself has been summoned more than half a dozen times now by the Enforcement Directorate, and he has been able to, of course, stall this, saying that, look, the matter, my particular matter, is still before the courts, and I would like that to play out. But I suppose, and I'm only guessing here, that K Kavitha will become another important link in the evidentiary scheme of things when it comes to Mr. Kejriwal, doesn't it?
Today, he cited technical grounds to challenge ED's summons. The court order did not go in his favour. So time is running out for him. At least that's what the ED's IO believes. Also, two things that have happened in the past month or so is very clear messaging from the Enforcement Directorate side. One, arrest of Hemant Soren. That gave a clear message that even somebody who's in the Chief Minister's chair cannot escape the long arm of the law. Second, K Kavitha's arrest. Somebody who was evading summons, seeking her own time. ED officials landed at her place. They did not give her any time. Within a couple of hours, I think 5:20 is what the time on the arrest memo is. So within a couple of hours, she was arrested. Both of things could be closely studied by Arvind Kejriwal's legal team and his supporters as well, because both have message for the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party. I can tell you, after speaking to ED officials who are probing the Liquorgate scam, that they feel they have a very strong case against the Aam Aadmi Party and its convener, and that's what they've told the Supreme Court also, that the 100 crore bribe amount was not found in Manish Sisodia's account or Sanjay Singh's account, because the money actually went to the Aam Aadmi Party coffers. That's what ED's team alleges. And with Kavitha's questioning, and if Arvind Kejriwal finally appears before the ED team, perhaps they would be put face to face as well.
Well, Arunima, stay on with me, because we're going to transition a little bit, even though we're going to keep some of these pictures, especially the ones on the right of K Kavitha being arrested by the Enforcement Directorate team. Remember, the documents suggest that this arrest has happened at 5:30, of course, news coming out. Those are the live pictures of her now being led away from her residence, and you can see a whole bunch of supporters of the TRS/BRS trying to stop the ED team from affecting this arrest, but I think it's a bit too late for that. This car will move out of the porch and of the gate of the residence of K Kavitha and then move towards the airport, where of course K Kavitha will be bundled into a plane and brought to Delhi. That's going to happen at around 8:30 in the evening. So it's going to be a late night for K Kavitha. She will obviously be brought into Delhi, given a thorough medical checkup, and then will be kept in ED custody. Obviously tomorrow, another day, K Kavitha's team will want to move the courts to try and facilitate her bail. Whether they're successful or not remains to be seen. But that's really what is happening. And once again, let me quickly go back to Swastika, who's on the ground there. Swastika, dramatic scenes. They'll play out differently, obviously, in the run-up to this election also.
Definitely, Rahul. In fact, the BRS's morale is already down following its loss in the assembly election. In fact, in the News 18 survey, they were very hopeful of winning more than 2 seats. But now, with Kavitha being arrested, she was in fact was the party's in charge. KCR in fact wanted her to build the party right from the beginning, particularly in North Telangana, where the BJP is growing rapidly and the Congress remains strong following its win. But all of that plans now have been completely throttled as far as K Kavitha's own political career is concerned. Remember, she wasn't going to contest the Lok Sabha elections this time around, but with her arrest, this comes as a big blow. And I also want to quickly go back to the big political message that also happened today symbolically. Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi campaigned in Malkatgiri constituency, and his biggest poll faith has been corruption. Corruption in the state of Telangana. Earlier, he had in fact targeted BRS party Kavitha too for being involved in liquor scam case. And today, when the corruption message is being sent out loud and clear by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, here on the other hand, you have one of BRS's tallest leaders, the daughter of KCR, being detained and arrested for, in the liquor scam case. And from here on, her political future at this juncture extremely blurry.
Absolutely.